Hey there everyone, welcome again. Namaste to you all. This is Akshita Garg back again with another video, and this is an extended video of yesterday's one, that is Fibonacci series. Guys, in this video we are going to see how to find nth Fibonacci number. As yesterday we have seen how we can print a Fibonacci series as well as how we can find sum of nth Fibonacci numbers. Let's get started with finding how we can find nth Fibonacci number. This is a pre-built written code by me. Okay, many of you must be wondering that it's quite similar to the yesterday's one. Yes, it is, because base remains same. All you have to do just bit and here and there tweaks so that you can change the code as per your needs. Okay, so let's see what over here it is doing. It's just a simple code that if n is equal to 1 or 0, then return that particular element itself. And if it is greater than 1, then what we have to do? First of all, initialize a is equal to 0 and b is equal to 1, means I have to initialize my 0th element as well as my first element. Then this will keep on looping until and unless I reach towards my nth element, and it will keep on generating each element. And over here we are just updating all the we are generating and keep on updating our previous two, because to find nth element in Fibonacci series, what we need? Previous two Fibonacci numbers. If you want to find Fibonacci number 2, means second Fibonacci number, so what you need? Fib of 0 as well as what you need? Fib of 1. So let's quickly run this code. You can see over here we are getting the outputs. Fib of 5 is 5, yes. If I say fib of 15, so what it is? It is 610. Okay. So another way we are going to learn in this video is how to find Fibonacci series through recursion. If you are following this series from starting and you have watched my previous videos of how to find factorial of a number using recursion, then you must be aware that what exactly recursion is. And still, if you haven't, I will mention the link in the description. Also from the above, you can go towards that link and you can watch that video. Recursion is very used method. That is what recursion is. Let us check this out from here. Okay. So what recursion says? That we have a base case and we have to find the smallest sub problem which leads us to what? To a solution. Means there is a complex problem. We search for a simpler problem that keeps on repeating itself until and unless it reaches towards a solution. Okay. So for our problem, guys, what we have, the base case is that if n is equal to 1 or it is 0, then return that n itself, because there are no negative numbers in recursion, and 0th element, that is 0, is the smallest element, and 1, which is another smallest, because 1 minus 2 is what? Yes, minus 1. So we do not have fib of minus 1. So when we reaches the condition when n is 1 or 0, then what we have to return? That number itself. And the sub problem, what it is? As I previously mentioned, that to find fib of nth number, what we need? The previous two elements. So what I will do is that fib of n minus 1 plus fib of n minus 2. I hope you are getting the code. So let's quickly write this code over here. See over here, I am saying recursion with fib. This is my function name, and I am saying this is my base case first of all. Okay, that if n is equal to 0 or my n is equal to 1, so what do? Return me my n, else what we will say? Return recursion of fib of n minus 1 and plus recursion fib of n minus 2. Okay, now I am just going to comment this out and call this function. Okay, that print of fib of suppose 0. So if I print it, yes, it is giving me this. If I say 15, yes, 610 or 5 if I want to check. Yeah, so guys, here is our solution. And now you must be wondering that in the backend how this works. Basically, it uses the data structure called stacks. It makes the calls one by one. To give you a clear visualization that how recursion work, I'm going to explain you this through the recursion tree, how it calls and how everything is going on. So over here what we have that if suppose